What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Gamer guys, back yet again. More MTG Arena action. We're going to jump into a sealed Pioneer Masters. We took dipped our toes in here to a first one. Didn't go great, but we're going to give this a go here. Let's see how this goes. Pioneer Masters has been interesting. Our draft was okay. Our first sealed was okay, but certainly some things for us to kind of pick up and to learn here. We got a bonus sheet, Draws Orders. This is pretty stacked. Interesting. This is a pretty stacked little group of rares here. So we got Blood Baron, lifelink, protection from light and black. If you have 30 or more life and opponent has 10 or less, he gets +6/+6 and flying. Pretty interesting. Dragon Lord Atarka, card I'm pretty familiar with. Flying and trample when it enters, deals 5 damage as you choose among any number of target creatures or planeswalkers your opponent's control. For 7, that's pretty big. We got Zergo Bellstriker. Can't block creatures with power 2 or greater, but it has dash, which is pretty interesting. Kind of a good creature to dash in and attack with. The bonus sheet here: search your library for up to 2 creature cards, reveal them, put one in your hand and the other into your graveyard, and then shuffle. That's kind of interesting. We have the Knight of the White Orchid. We can search for planes. We have another Dragon Lord. It has hexproof as long as it's untapped. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at top 3 cards of your library. One of them in your hand, rest in the bottom of your library in any order. That's pretty good. Hallowed Moonlight. Till end of turn, if a creature would enter and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. Draw a card. That's kind of interesting. Excuse me. It's kind of cool. Bring to light. This is your library of creature, instant, or sorcery card with mana value less than or equals the number of colors of mana spent to cast this spell. Exile that card and then shuffle. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Pretty interesting. And then Lunvala, I actually had in my first sealed. So we've got some decent white cards here. Dragon Lord's pretty good. Knight's pretty good. Blood Baron we could go if we want to go 3 colors. We also could do like a red, black, green, maybe reanimate, kind of just big guys action. Let's see what we got here. Rest of our colors here. So Trailblazer, I like Compulsory Rest. Sovereign's kind of interesting. Keening Apparition is actually quite good, I have come to find. There's a lot of enchantments, so having the ability to get rid of them, very, very good. Kind of makes me want to play white here. Got the Orchid, the Phalanx Leader. Yeah, each other you control gets a target creature, so this could be pretty good with our Heroic. And we got some good Phalanx Leaders. Our white's looking pretty solid. Can make some there. We got the Pilgrim. Search for an Aura card. Shoulder to Shoulder, I don't hate. Support 2 is pretty good. Is this targets? Got Messenger, a Knightly Valor, Zero Safety, the Starfield Lunvala, and then Triplicate Spirits. Kind of interesting. So our white's pretty good. Aqueous Form. Good Scry. That's not bad. Little Raptor. Consider. Sorcerer Spell to flash. Scab. Thief. Flying 2/2s for 3. Bestow for 5. And then we do have a Treasure Cruise. So our blue is okay. I do like the Eidolon. Screecher's pretty good. Skeleton can be pretty good in the right build. Devour Flesh is okay. We do have the Cruelty. And the Butcher. That's okay. Let's see how our red is. I do like Read the Bones. Let's see how our red is. So Wild Slash is pretty good. I do like this guy. I like Fall of the Hammer. Humble Defector is interesting. I kind of like Witch's Mark here because you're creating the Wicked role. If we play some gates, if we have some gates, this could be pretty decent. This is great in a sacrifice shell. Ooh, champion's pretty good. Emissary. We got like a decent white-red heroic build potentially here. Let's take a look at our green. Some Audacity's pretty good. We got the Scout. Hero. These are all good. Ambush is nice. Profit and loss is interesting. You can detain a non-land permanent. White-blue might be something we consider. I don't know if our black is going to be good enough. We do have a Wear Tear, which is also pretty good. Like, part of me wants to be able to play this guy because this is just a bomb. But I don't see a great option of we don't really have any ramp. So trying to get up to 7 is going to be a little tough. Oh, we do have the beer briefcase, which I do like. We have a Darksteel Ingot for a little bit of ramp, I guess. And Pilgrim's Eye. Do we have good guild gates? We don't have the white-red. We do have black. We do have blue. I just don't know that I want to play. I feel like our best colors are very much white, red. And I do think we could splash in another color. We just don't have a ton of removal. I guess black is probably better for a removal standpoint. But blue is going to be better for heroic, I think. Because we have a couple bestow creatures. We have the aqueous form. I guess it's not great either. We do have the Balefuls, which are good blockers. We do have 2 Devour Flesh to get rid of some creatures. Maybe we do go black. White, black, red. Potentially. That would give us access to Wear Tear. Profit and loss. A couple of guild gates. We could play the Blood Baron. We get both the Sky Knight and our Elder Dragon there. Again, we could always run a Darksteel Ingot. We could always play the Pilgrim's Eye, Colossus. We do have some pretty good heroic creatures. I think that's how we're gonna go. So let's let me put something together, and we'll chat about it here once we get a few of the components put in the places. Okay, after much deliberation, this is where we have landed. So white, black, red. We're very much a heroic go wide strategy here. We have a couple of good cards that are going to help us to do that. Support 2, shoulder here, Witch's Mark, and Tactics are going to be, some of my prime options to be able to do that. Our heroic targets are the Trailblazer here, the Double Phalanx Leaders, Annex, and Saimid. I think I'm saying that probably incorrectly. And then Lab Champion here. We have some really good top end in Linvala and Blood Baron. We have a couple of good card draw here. Witch's Mark should be good. Shoulder help us draw some cards. We have a decent, okay-ish sweet removal, Wild Slash. I do like Wear and Tear in this format, again, with all of the enchantment creatures and the different powerful enchantments. I think this is going to be pretty good. Plus, we confuse if we need to be able to take down an artifact as well. Compulsory Rest is great. I do like this card. I think that's pretty good. We've got a Devour Flesh in here. I don't know that this is going to be fantastic, but early on this might not be bad to get a bigger creature off the battlefield or just clear the way for us a little bit. Fall of the Hammer and Omnixilis Cruelty are going to be pretty solid for us overall. So I like what we have going on. We definitely want to go wide. We want to get Phalanx Leader out. We want to get Gear Crafters up and going. We want to be able to make some extra creatures. And then we want to be able to use things like Tactics to get the extra boost, get a bunch of 1/1 counters on some creatures, and be able to push in some damage. Now, obviously, on the top end, Blood Baron, it could be very, very good. I don't have a ton, but we do have this creature that can extort and gain us a little bit of life. That's probably about all we'll be looking at. I am also kind of doing a little bit of a sub-flyer theme, just because I think that's going to help the Gear Crafters make some 1/1s. We got the Messenger and this creature that can fly to pump in some damage. And then again, a top end with Linvala, she can be really good, especially if we're behind. Can help us to catch up pretty nicely, gain us some life, and do some things here. So we'll see how this one gets put together. Let's get to some games and see how we do. Okay, no Black Source, but we get a nice little curve. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we can draw into a swamp. No removal, but this is pretty good. And then Keening Apparition, in case they play some early powerful or good enchantment. 3 lands. I think we keep this. We are on the draw as well. And there is our swamp. Perfect. So now we can go Screecher. And we really have some options here, which is kind of nice. Oh, we have Shoulder to Shoulder too. This could be pretty good. Power us up a bit. Make Trailblazer a little bit bigger. Cruelty on that is an interesting play. Do I just Keening here and then extort? I think I do. Oh, well, that was dumb. Why would it? Man. Okay, well. Thank you, Auto Tapper. Appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, we just take this block. Seems fine. Do that now. We missed out a little bit there. Missed out on a 2-point trade because of the auto tapper. I got to pay attention to that. It's not considering the extort. Excuse me. It is not considering the extort. It appears. Skellington. Not too worried about Skellington here. Now, I want to kind of keep this. I'm not really being threatened here. Let's just do this. Okay, that's fine. I guess we could have shoulder to shoulder that to save it. I mean, if they want to attack with the skeleton, really not too concerned about that. We'll kind of just keep chipping damage away at him. I mean, if you're upkeep, you lose 2 life. I will auto pay. This puts their own clock on them. I'm happy to let them do that. Big 5/5 can't do nothing. Fine with taking a couple of damage. Let's see what this is going to target. Yeah, that's fine. It's a good play. Well, this is awkward. I mean, I can tactics. I could shoulder and follow the hammer. Get the butcher out of the way. Get in for 3. I don't love it. I don't love that play. I have quite a, I mean, I have a pretty decent amount of creatures, so. Okay, well. Could have this deal 2 damage to every creature. Seems fine. I mean, I can't really even play this. And I'm going to take 6 damage next turn. I'm in a bad spot here. Chandra's really tough. Yeah, like, I'm just going to get punched for 6. The power level of this format is pretty awesome. This makes this pretty tough. This lets me keep up tactics if they have something to destroy this. At least bricks their black removal, which is good. And this essentially stops them from doing that. Now they plus this up. Then they can basically sack that. They also kind of get a free attack. Problem is they can't do that to Blood Baron. Oh, to any target. Jeez. Well, I'm in trouble. I am not winning this game. That's a good sign for me, actually. I can Wild Slash Chandra down. I could Wild Slash the skeleton and then attack Chandra. This actually might keep me in this game here. They can't deal that 5 damage to Blood Baron. That gets rid of that. I gain 4 life. I mean, they're going to deal this to my face, right? it just doesn't make sense for me to play this. And you can ping me for 5. It's really good. And if you can do that and deal me 3 damage somehow, pretty solid. Can't block with the skeleton. Oh, if they can't kill this, do I just win? Oh, I can't do that. It would go up to 5. Sure. This is going to be a really close game. Being able to take out Chandra was huge. So wait, he can deal me 5, 6, 9. Am I alive by 1 point? Like, is that the line? Did I just... Oh, he could sack that. He could deal me 5. I lose to this card so often, it's incredible. Oh my gosh, dude. I swear, every game that I lost when I played my first sealed event, it was Dictate of Erebos that killed me. Every single game. Literally every single game. This card is so stupid. I mean, I don't have a choice here, right? Like, I don't know why you wouldn't have attacked with that. I can't beat this. Especially with the skeleton. Yeah, no blocks. Like, I have no choice here. Yep. Yeah. I tried my bestest. The game. I cannot beat this card. I literally cannot beat this card. Every time I've played it against it, I cannot beat it. I'm tilting a little bit with that Dictate of Erebos. again, every I think I started my last sealed out 2-0, and I proceeded to lose 3 matches in a row to that card. I just have in my previous sealed deck, I didn't have a good way of dealing with it. I didn't have any kind of enchantment removal that could really be impactful. I had good removal for the most part that could eliminate creatures and kind of keep me in the game. The problem is when that card, because it could be flash, and when that card hits the battlefield, all your removal is essentially 2-for-1ing yourself. And then their attacks are pretty free. It's a very, very difficult card to deal with. So, like, then we get the opposite, where I don't have one of my Phalanx leaders here. If that would be swapped out with one of these tactics, this would be great. But I am going to keep this. Oh, they went down to 5. That's tough. That is really tough. And we just have removal out the bootay here. Okay, for them, we're running really slow here. They've hit 4 colors. Really no reason to do anything here. I mean, do I run out Blood Baron here? Like, what do I run into? A counter spell? I'm going to try to get them to spend their mana. They play a 5th land here and play something big. Devour Flesh is going to be really good. That's not great. We have them Devour Flesh, only gain a life. It's probably a decent play for us. They're just playing 5 color, good stuff here. And living the dream, doing it. Let's try this. See if this sticks. I have a feeling it's not going to, but if it does, great. You have access to red, to blue, and to green. The Gear Crafter's been awesome. Now, what's going to be really fun is a second Gear Crafter here. Even if they do find a way to remove Blood Baron, a second Gear Crafter here with double tactics is going to be pretty insane. Ooh. You're going to gain 8 life from this, which feels really terrible, but... I think there's a world in which we just double tactics here. Compulsory rest. Oh, I can't compulsory rest and double tactics. I only have 1 white source. Okay. That's awkward a little bit. I can Gear Crafter and compulsory rest, though. Not a bad turn. I mean, they got to live the dream and play a Chromanticore, so like, much power to them. You know? Much power to them. Good game, my friend. Honestly, we're getting down to discarding down to 5. They stuck with it, and I can appreciate the tenacity there. Okay, now, this is not a bad start here. While the hammer isn't exactly great in our deck, we don't have a ton of high-powered creatures. Probably play this creature here. Screecher for Screecher. Bile Blight. They killed their own. Maybe, I was gonna say, maybe they didn't know that did that. Creatures of the same name, so that was a oops for sure. Let's have it deal the damage. Let's get in for 1. Alright, now would be the time. Pull some of my heroic creatures. That is not it. I am just not putting enough pressure on in these matches. I'm giving folks way too much time. That last match that we won, where they mulled down to 5, was the same way. I just couldn't get enough. Couldn't get enough here. Let's get rid of this thing. Now, we have some great top end, for sure. Might as well just do that. Punch me for 3. I cannot win that race. Now my Baleful Eidolon gets a lot better here. Sure. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Sure. For a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, so it becomes a 2/2 becomes a 4/3 if I do that. But I don't take the... Oh, I don't do that. I just need a removal spell for the Nessian app here. Because Dragon Mangler really can't attack into Linvala. And they have to be really careful about Nessian app. I'm going to be able to deal a whole lot of damage here. So Erase isn't terrible for me. Now if they kill the Linvala, I'm pretty sad. But next turn, I'm going to Phalanx Tactics, the leader. Pump it up. That's 4... 9, 10. Ooh, that's really good. Oh, this could work out great in my favor. Oh, that's huge for me. That was huge. That was brutal. That was brutal. I'm not going to block this. This is where this deck plays really nicely. Yep. All right, we at least pulled out 2 W's, 2 victories. That turn with Knightly Valor was huge for me, absolutely huge for me. Dictator of Erebos. Man, that card, it is very good. It is very good. It is also very, very difficult to deal with. Like I said, I have been losing to that card quite often. So I'm gonna wrap this one up here. I'm not sure where we'll finish. Honestly, I need to take a break anyways. It has been a gauntlet here in Pioneer Masters. I like the set. It's super fun. I'm glad, obviously, these cards have come to MTG Arena. It's going to be interesting to see what this does to a lot of different formats, all the different cards it's bringing. I think this is going to be really, really cool. I don't hate the sealed format. I definitely need to do a few more drafts. We'll probably do a few more on the channel, but I have to kind of adjust. It's been a tough format for me in my very limited experience. Again, I've done a draft. Now this is the second sealed. So certainly lots more for me to learn here. Hopefully you've been enjoying it. If you got any tips and tricks that you want to share, certainly feel free to drop that down below. Very, very powerful format. Lots of fun things to do. I like the deck here that we put together. I thought this was pretty cool. Heroic, when you have the opportunity to do it, especially with Phalanx Leader, really, really good. We haven't really been able to see Annex get going or Labyrinth Champion. I haven't seen him at all yet. But a couple of these things have been pretty good. I think we had a really solid pool overall. Knight of the White Orchid, I think we really could have put together a very, very strong just white deck, but I'm a little concerned with our removal. White really wasn't great for us from that perspective. We could do some of the aura piece with Pilgrim and Valor. That would give us a few more triggers for some of our heroic creatures. I feel like if we had one or two other heroic creatures, we could be looking at doing that. But kind of where it stands now, I feel pretty good. I do like the go wide strategy here, especially with the leader. We got to see it play out in that last win, which was really, really nice. So that kind of came together for us. Didn't get a ton of gates here. I do think our white blue could have been really interesting. We could have definitely went a little bit more flyer heavy. I didn't really see the ramp. I really kind of wanted to play Dragon Lord of Tarka because just an absolute bomb if we're able to play it. But unfortunately, we really couldn't do that. We had a little bit of ramp with Courier's Briefcase, Pilgrim's Eye, and Ingot, but that didn't really feel like enough. We could try playing like 5-color good stuff and do some interesting things, orders here, but we really didn't have any ability to get creatures back in black either, which would have been another kind of important piece of that. If we would have had some reanimation, I definitely would have tried to probably put something together from that perspective. So it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. Hopefully you are enjoying it as well. Hopefully you had a great holiday. Hopefully you have a great start to the new year here. That'll be rolling around in a couple of days. So just have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. And we got lots more MTG Arena and Magic on the channel here, so be sure to stay tuned. Had a really fun short series up through Christmas if you want to go check that out. We do a bunch of openings every Wednesday, a bunch of collector product and play boosters and all that good stuff. So if you want to check that out, we really appreciate it. Consider hitting that subscribe button for us. Trying to get 1,000 subs. It's our first big channel milestone. We'd appreciate that. And other than that, be sure to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.